The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. If you can dream it, you can do it. All our dreams can come true, if we have the courage to pursue them. Laughter is America's most important export. For every laugh, there should be a tear. The more you like yourself, the less you are like anyone else, which makes you unique. There is more treasure in books than in all the pirates' loot on Treasure Island. The era we are living in today is a dream of coming true. When you believe in a thing, believe in it all the way, implicitly and unquestionable. Our heritage and ideals, our code and standards, the things we live by and teach our children, are preserved or diminished by how freely we exchange ideas and feelings. The worst of us is not without innocence, although buried deeply it might be. Somehow I can't believe that there are any troubles and obstacles, have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. Heights that can't be scaled by a man who knows the secrets of making dreams come true. This special secret, it seems to me, can be summarized in 4 Cs. They are curiosity, confidence, courage, and constancy. A man should never neglect his family for business. Why worry? If you've done the very best you can, worrying won't make it any better. I worry about many things, but not about water over the dam. The worst of us is not without innocence, although buried deeply it might be. I don't want the public to see the world they live in while they're in the park. I want them to feel they're in another world. After the rain, the sun will reappear. There is life. After the pain, the joy will still be here. The important thing is the family. Leadership means that a group, large or small, is willing to entrust authority to a person who has shown judgment, wisdom, personal appeal, and proven competence. Fantasy and reality often overlap. The important thing is the family. If you can keep the family together, and that's the backbone of our whole business, catering to families, that's what we hope to do. There's nothing funnier than the human animal. Fantasy, if it's really convincing, can't become dated, for the simple reason that it represents a flight into a dimension that lies beyond the reach of time. Our heritage and ideals, our code and standards, the things we live by and teach our children, are preserved or diminished by how freely we exchange ideas and feelings. You reach a point where you don't work for money. You can't just let nature run wild. I always like to look on the optimistic side of life, but I am realistic enough to know that life is a complex matter. Every child is born blessed with a vivid imagination. I think it's important to have a good hard failure when you're young. I learned a lot out of that. Because it makes you kind of aware of what can happen to you. I always like to look on the optimistic side of life, but I am realistic enough to know that life is a complex matter. Do a good job. You don't have to worry about the money, it will take care of itself. Just do your best work, then try to trump it. Why do we have to grow up? I know more adults who have the children's approach to life. They are not afraid to be delighted with simple pleasures, and they have a degree of contentment with what life has brought. Sometimes it isn't much, either. Life is composed of lights and shadows, and we would be untruthful, insincere, and saccharine if we tried to pretend there were no shadows. People often ask me if I know the secret of success and if I could tell others how to make their dreams come true. My answer is, you do it by working.